Hello, this is Mary Lou Foster. I'm setting up here, making sure everything is working. And it really doesn't do a lot of good to tell me what day it is because I record these videos and then edit them and get my post ready. So if you need to know, it is July the 10th. And I am here with a cute little card. I have used the Cutest Crew bundle to make this card. And even though this one has kitty cats and it says just a little hello, I need a pet sympathy card. So I keep some of my old stamp sets, and it's not available for sale, but I'm going to use it for my card today. So as I was saying, this is Mary Lou Foster, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Northeast Texas. I live in Sulphur Springs, which is about halfway between Dallas and Texarkana, up in the northeast corner of the state. We have green grass and trees, and on the edge of the piney woods, it's a beautiful um, county that I live in. And people think of Texas and they think of deserts and longhorn cattle. No, we don't have longhorn cows. We have 4 chickens and a few cats. They don't all belong to us. But no fences around our property. It's wide open into a hay meadow. And we have deer that wander around. So today let's talk about this little card. I'm not going to go into all the stuff that's available through Stampin' Up. Yes, new online exclusives released July the 1st. But let me go ahead and at least show you my online store. If you notice the QR code up in the, let me get my finger, up in the corner up here, if you hold your camera over that, a little web address will pop up underneath the QR code, and you click on that. That will take you right to my online store. You don't have to try to find my name or like, what did she say? It'll take you straight there. Now, if you want to order this particular bundle, then you will need that number, or you can search. What I really like about our online store is the search function. And what I did on my phone is I just typed in Cutest Crew, and it pulled it up, and I clicked on it, and that's where I was able to get my product number. It shows the stamp set, which I haven't even shown to you yet. And there's the cute thing about it is there are dogs, there are cats, and there are birds. So the Cutest Crew can include many animals. There are some pretty butterflies. So we will be using the paw prints, and notice they even have like bird feet print, footprint, whatever. Can't think of the word I would like. But it does have the best day, so it could be a birthday card for a friend. So glad we're friends. Just a little hello, and it does say happy birthday. The dies it's a pretty nice set of dies. I haven't even put it on a magnet sheet. Has the individual animals that once you stamp, and we're going to use the dog today because my friend, her little doggie she had for like 16 years passed away, and I need to send her a little sympathy card. So we'll be stamping and coloring these dogs. On this card, it was the kitty cats, and so we stamped them and then die cut them. That dies on this sheet, and you look at it and you go, how's that even work? Well, when you look at how it's stamped, you see that kitty cat has the 3 legs, and that kitty cat's tail is up over its back. So that helps you kind of line up that die. There are always hints and tricks. Has individual birds, flowers, butterflies. These are like border, and I've seen some cute cards with those die cut out, and you can see the cardstock underneath it. So we're going to keep it pretty simple today. The background, Actually, our card base is Secret Sea. I think it's Secret Sea. Actually, mine might be Misty Moonlight. This one looks like it's Basic Black. I believe it is Basic Black. But sometimes I call what I call audibles, and I change up. So it's cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. This one is a top fold card. So I have the piece that we're going to put on the inside. I'm not going to do anything with it right now because we did decorate it a little bit. Then we have the piece of basic white that's going to serve as our focal point. But let's just work with our circle and our, these were die cut from the stitch shapes dies, and so was this. These are the little puppy paws that go traipsing across the front of, maybe I can lay that so you can kind of see what the puppy paws are doing. And so we are making a sympathy card. I don't want to get ink on my background because it would get all over everything. I'm just using basic gray. You could use memento black, and you just pretend like you know what you're doing. I don't know if you've ever poured concrete and then had an animal just like walk right across your concrete and leave paw prints. That's what this reminds me of. Tracks. And you're like, oh my goodness. Cats will do it, dogs will do it, raccoons will do it. Even children will do it. What we've done with our wet concrete, my brother and his wife built the house that we're living in, and he and his family did their handprints and footprints. The children were little, and they put the date. So it's kind of cool. And then when we had a driveway poured, the poor men who were working on the driveway thought I had lost my mind because I said, I want to write the date in that wet concrete. And they're like, what? I want to write the date in the wet concrete. Well, okay. All right, let's stamp our doggies. So I went looking for the sentiment, so sorry for your loss. And we have that in a package of sentiments. I don't think that one is still available. That's why I did not put the information up. I will do a list of the supplies that I have used because we're going to use several Stampin' Blends to color these doggies. But what I did find in my retired Happy Tales is a stamp that says, so sorry for your loss. I have my cards in a little vendor booth in town, and I have added a Pet Sympathy line. So I thought, well, I can stamp that and add those to my booth. I have extra kits. This was a card that we did in a card class. Now, her little doggie was kind of a sandy color. None of these dogs really look like her doggie, but I thought I might make this one her doggie. Its name was Sugar because it was kind of that color. So when I was coloring kitty cats, I went looking for colors, and I remembered that we have these Stampin' Blends that they don't have names, they have numbers, and they come in sets of 2. So this was the Stamping Up 200 color and Stamping Up 500 color. So in order to figure out what color I wanted my kitty cats, I just made a little color chart and experimented. I'm going to make this one crumb cake, and this is dark crumb cake. Let me see if I can find a light crumb cake. That's dark. It must be in a tub because it's not over here. But you know what I could do is a little petal pink. I wonder if that would work. And in order to not mess this one up, I have this one that I stamped. It was in my case with the stamps. So what if I mean, yeah, don't panic. It looks orange. But I maybe am going to make my own color. Have you ever combined colors? Sometimes if you don't get the color that you want, add another color on top of it. Kind of not shy sometimes about that. Now, light pecan pie. Wish I had a light. See, as it dries, it looks a little more realistic. I'll add some shading before I decide just to color the whole thing this color. I'm not great at coloring. I'm just going to fill it all in. And remember, this is just my sample. We have a color lifter. So if I wanted to, at first it doesn't look like it did a thing. And as it dries, you can see it starts to lighten it. You maybe can't see, it's kind of far away. Let me lift it up for you. See, I used the color lifter right in the middle of the little guy. Not sure I'm totally in love with that color, but have no fear. I'm stamping up 900. And I find I get a truer color if I will use a piece of actual cardstock and not just paper. So I'm going to do the color swatch thing. And let's see. Maybe we want this color. This one is 1000. See, that kind of goes back to the petal pink. So I know I don't really want that. Let's try this one. 400. These are meant to be like skin tone colors. You know what? This little doggy right here is going to be that color. And I'm just going to use the brush in, but I'm going to be very careful. And I'm not going to color him solidly. Sometimes animals are solid colored. Other times they have spots. He's going to have a spot or two. So that's him. I have these in no particular order. This one is ivory. You know what? That may be the best choice for sugar. This poor pen has been used. But if I'm very careful with it, see how it's all splayed? You don't have to mash hard with stamping blends. They are alcohol-based markers. Oh, good grief. I think that was a cat. Something just went by my foot. It is. She's in the window. I put their flea treatment on them. They are not happy with me. Oh, yeah, that looks like sugar. And to get it a little darker, I just add another layer. Yeah, that's going to be cute. So let's make this one gray. So that was ivory. That was our original go at skin colors. And then they realized that they could do better than that. And they offered these. Now, they come in packs of 2. I think I told you that. When they first came out, we were able to just get them all. Because it's kind of hard to decide which 2 do I want. And you look at them like, the end of the color. But until you actually get it out and color it on cardstock or a project, it's really kind of hard to tell if that's a color that you're going to want. Now, since we haven't used crumb cake, I think this doggy will be crumb cake. This looks like a Rufus. My brother has the best. He can name a dog. I can't. I'm not a dog person anyway. I don't really like dogs. Give me a kitty cat, or 2, or 3. Now, I said I'd never have an indoor cat, but I've got 2 indoor cats. They're sisters. And they are messes. They make messes. All right, so we've colored our doggies. Now we have some flowers that need a little attention. What if we color this one and this one? This is a dark pool party. And I think we're going to need, a light berry burst. Why not? And put you back. And I believe this is light golden glow. It's in color. It's a yellow. Put you back. And I've got, I believe this might be dark granny apple green. It is. I want the little bullet in because those leaves are teeny tiny. Teeny tiny. Okay. I've got 2 scarves. So I think one of them needs to be lemon lolly. That's daffodil. Which one should it be? How about if we make this one? And they have the little tie. It's in the shape of a heart. Did you notice that? The shape of a heart. I think you can see it. And put you back. Oh, I think we need a blue. Azure Afternoon. I love that color. Oh, this one is the same way. It's kind of in the shape of a heart. Ready? I have a tongue and 2 tags. And that tongue probably needs to be red. Melon Mambo. I think that'll work for a tongue. Oh, yeah. And what color should those tags be? Secrecy. They're going to both be the same color. All right. Our little doggies are colored. I need the dye. I need the doggy dye, not the kitty dye. Get it all lined up. So this one, it's a little more obvious which is up and which is down. And I like to just nestle them, get them seated. Let's use a little bit of washi tape to hold it in place. That piece is about seen its better day. Do you do that? So I will, like I said, post the list of supplies and some cutting instructions. There, it's not a complicated card by any stretch. I need that Jeopardy music playing. Running it through my little mini stamp and cut and emboss machine that I keep here beside me. I don't have space for the bigger one in here. I have to get up and go to the hall bathroom because I've got a stable counter in there. I have two pull-down desks in here, and they're not hefty enough when you start cranking through. Yeah, that's cute. All right. So now, pretty much just have to assemble. I think I have an idea. I always do that. Get our stamping seal on the back. Just kind of center this. Get stuck before I was really ready. And then our strips, where'd they go? Oh, they're right here. 1, 2, where's the third one? How can things disappear? There's another one somewhere. They stick to things, they hide. Well, pooey dooey. I had this over here, and I had this over here. That's crazy. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and stick the inside piece in. We are going to stamp some on it because, you know, you can't have naked inside. I might just stamp the paw prints on the envelope. These are not really put on in any, I believe I did that one for the bottom. And that one was the top. And this one is the middle. And it's alright if they overlap because you're going to put your circle kind of in the middle of the card. Sort of wherever. I think I'll go ahead and stick this one on first. Oh, that's sticky where I didn't want it. I'll do that one. Should have done the other way, but it's okay. These don't have to be sticky all over the place. There. And here. This is going to go on. It's not going on dimensionals because the row of doggies will go on dimensionals. You could if you wanted to, but I don't like just continuing to add labels and layers and layers. And then we'll put our little dimensionals on that. Oops, get back up there. I'm going to use the mini dimensionals. The big ones would work fine. But as you can see, this strip is getting close to being done. Oops, stuck to my finger. Sorry, I'm not talking. I got quiet on you. Alright, so we just kind of need to line it up. Nothing spectacular there. And for our embellishments, I had used the, that's not what I used. are here, right there. 25, 27 flat in color pearls. You can use whatever colors you want. But I think I'm going to use a yellow one. Somebody didn't get their sticky. So don't remember when you're scooping these up to be sure and go underneath the sticky dot, or you're going to be disappointed because your embellishment won't stay. That looks pretty happy, doesn't it? So what I thought I might do different for this one, where are the footprints? That's not the footprints. They're right here. I think I might do the footprints like they're going to walk up on that tag, but I think I will stamp them off first and do it that direction. Yeah. And one more, because probably should have put it underneath. There, that's cute. And then on the inside, I'm just going to add some here at the corners, because that little dog is just having the best time. But you know, your pet friends do leave paw prints on your heart, and so it's okay to have paw prints on the card too. Oh, I know what I'll do. I think these are the only paw prints. Yeah. If I just do this. Paw prints on your heart. So how easy is that? My friend will love it. And that's sugar. So I appreciate your time. Thank you for stopping by to see my Cutest Crew bundle sympathy card. I started with the, okay, it's gone. Well, for crying out loud, it's right here. Just a little hello, because that could be used for just about anything, but I didn't think it would work great for a sympathy, so I made it a sympathy card. So that's all I have for you today. See you next time. Bye.